My whole life, I always knew I was special. Even with no remainders, I could always move a decimal. Money on my mind while the girls that made un beso. Hustlers in my blood and it's running through my vessels. Just trying to clear the threshold, just trying to make a way. In my race against time, I could see an early grave. School to prison pipeline, 12 years a slave. Suspension and detention is conditioned for a cage.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Anthony Joshua picks Dillian Whyte to beat Tyson Fury. Let's take a listen to what Anthony Joshua had to say when giving his predictions. Let's take a look.
Your thoughts on Tyson Fury now fighting Dillian Whyte on the 23rd of April?
What is this now? His second defense, yeah? His second defense of his belt?
Well, he's fought Wilder twice in a row,
so yeah, it's a good like opponent. It's a good defense against Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte needs to come in, look at what Tyson Fury does and reacts to, and do the complete opposite. Maybe work the body and be conditioned to go the distance. But I hope Dillian trains hard, doesn't underestimate Tyson. But because it's his first shot for Dillian, I think that he'll be hungry. Do you know what I mean? This ain't like his 10th time fight for a title. And he can have a little hiccup along the way. This is his first time fight for the title. I'm rooting for Dillian, even though I hate him. I don't want to smash him one of these days. Go on, Dillian. I'm rooting all the way.
All right, and so this video appears courtesy of IFL TV. All right, I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna turn it over to you, Conspiracy G, who's also picked Dillian Whyte, but has a 10-year history of cursing all the best heavyweights in the world. G's picked Dillian Whyte, just like Anthony Joshua's picked Dillian Whyte. Conspiracy G, what's your reaction to Anthony Joshua picking Dillian Whyte to beat Tyson Fury?
Before I react to AJ, I need to react to my son Ned, because it's disrespect when your dad says, "Yo, pick Dillian Whyte." You like, "Oh, you sound stupid." But when your boyfriend picks Dillian Whyte,
no, I didn't say anything. Yo, stop it.
Like this.
Stop it.
Watch
stop
your
it.
mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it.
Anyways, back to
he rebelled against his dad.
Yeah.
Now back to
I respect what he said.
You respect what he said. But
yeah, let me just get this out. G, you curse heavyweights, yo. You act like
looking like a dolphin. Acting like a dolphin.
You curse heavyweights, bro. But we are already exposed you on that last segment a couple weeks ago where you picked Dillian. It was like, yo, you got a history of cursing heavyweights. My man AJ was telling Dillian, you know what you gotta do, man. Just be focused and locked in when you get in this fight. And
got you excited?
Nah, I just respected it. I just respected it. I'm done.
All right, go ahead, G.
Yeah, but yeah, and then I seen Dillian got upset about this response from AJ. AJ did apologize, saying hate is a strong word. He didn't mean to say hate. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless,
maximum silence broke his silence to respond to AJ.
Yeah, it was on Twitter. Yeah, bro, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
What?
But, Dillian Whyte. I mean, he's in his feelings right now. It's all good though. But nonetheless, I'm proud of AJ. Right choice.
Go ahead, G. I'm sorry.
I'm just proud of AJ for making the right choice. Like we're rooting for you, Dillian. You gotta do the right things, man. While you're in Portugal, you better be running, eating salads. You better not see no beer belly. I better see a 6-pack. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to see prime rib Dillian Whyte. Like,
Jack 3D is gone, brother.
Huh?
The Jack 3D is gone.
Yo, listen, he don't need
last time Dillian had a 6-pack, it was off that Jack. But go ahead, brother.
He don't need that. All he needs is hard work and dedication. You know what I'm saying? Dillian, listen to AJ. Matter of fact, you should call AJ and be like, yeah, all jokes aside, bro. Give me your connect to your nutritionist. I'm trying to get chiseled too. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you gotta do to beat Tyson Fury. Like, whatever it takes, man. Just take this serious. And I agree with AJ on this. This is his first time at an opportunity to get a real belt. This is gonna be Dillian's gonna go the hardest he's ever went. Like, he'll be foolish not to.
Pause.
Yeah, pause. This is he's gonna train really hard for this fight. You know what I mean? So, like, this is gonna be like peak shape Dillian Whyte, I believe. And so Tyson Fury better not take this fight lightly. I don't think he is. I honestly think Tyson Fury is really serious for this fight. So, like kind of like, Wilder in the third fight. That was the best Wilder we've seen. I think hopefully Whyte has a better performance, but I think we're going to see the best version of Dillian Whyte for this Tyson Fury fight.
TVE.
Nah, like I said earlier, watch your mouth, G.
My bad.
Nah, I agree with what AJ was saying. Like, as long as Dillian Whyte's focused, you can't come in there like you have stamina issues where you come in here and you like to throw blows and get exhausted. It's like, you know what you got to do. Just focus on what you have to do. Like, and you could beat Tyson Fury. And that's insight to the Usyk fight. AJ knew what he had to do, but he didn't do it. He did everything. He gave Usyk the fight. But Dillian, you're saying quiet for a reason, because you in there training hard. So let's not let this training go to waste. Like, I would love to see Fury lose to AJ, but if you beat Fury, that's I love to see that too. So, but I love Fury. Fury's a great fighter. I love him.
He just pulled a straight up G right there.
Yeah, I did. I love Fury.
Hey,
I love Fury.
Welcome to your G moment, G son. Go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
When Fury beat Wilder, the skies was blue. The skies were blue as blue can be. But it is what it is. At this point, I just want to see what this fight brings. I just can't wait till fight night comes till it's on TV. So yeah.
$1 bill.
I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of camaraderie, or maybe just Anthony Joshua is joshing. Maybe Anthony Joshua is joshing, or he feels at the time, because him and Dillian Whyte ain't really bumping heads and going at each other like that right now. But Tyson Fury is going at both of them right now. So maybe he's looking at it like the enemy of my enemy is my friend. You know what I'm saying? So let me have his back on this one, and that's why he's supporting him. But I think AJ knows what's going on. Maybe he's just, that's just, let me hold this, my conspiracy G. I was just in my conspiracy G bag, but maybe that's what it is.
All right, let me get started with a few things. One, Dillian is absolutely silent on everything that Tyson Fury said, but he responded to AJ saying, although I hate him, I'm rooting for him. Clearly, he didn't really mean that he hate Dillian Whyte. Like, he was just saying, like, although we're not like buddies, and although we're boxing rivals, so like I want to smash him in the ring, I'm rooting for him. So he goes and says, oh, he said hate. Like, come on, man. Like, you ain't responding to nothing that Tyson Fury said. Now getting to Anthony Joshua. I think there's a little bit of how can I say this? Psychological warfare in it. Fury always picks whoever AJ's fighting to beat him, picks Pulev to beat him, picks Usyk to beat him. He rarely picks Anthony Joshua, if ever, to win the fight. But I do think there's also Anthony Joshua kind of probably rooting for Dillian Whyte, because one, if Dillian Whyte wins, Tyson Fury's no longer undefeated. So he doesn't have that to say like, oh, I'm the undefeated. I'm the only one on these shores. They can't beat me. He would have a defeat, but he would also have a defeat to someone who Anthony Joshua has beaten. See, Anthony Joshua has lost to Andy Ruiz and he's lost to Alexander Usyk, but Tyson Fury hasn't beaten neither of those guys. But if Dillian Whyte was to spark out Tyson Fury, then Anthony Joshua can say, he got sparked out by a dude I beat years ago, that he got beat up by like my light work. Like, that's something that would give Anthony Joshua the edge. So in a roundabout way, I think him rooting for Dillian Whyte is, that cross matchup reference where it's going to be, well, Anthony Joshua beat Dillian Whyte and Fury lost to him. So I think that's probably playing a role in him rooting for Dillian Whyte. And I got nothing but love for AJ. Y'all know I think AJ is great for boxing, throwback fighter. But you always have that. Like, if you lose in the conference championship, or you lose in the championship before the actual championship game, some people root for the team that beat them. So you can say, I lost to the champion, right? Yeah, I lost, but I lost to the champion, right? Because it kind of makes you feel like you may be second best, at least, right? There's an argument for that. But if you lost to the team and then they lost to another team, it's like, damn, I wasn't even good enough to possibly be the champion, right? So I think for AJ in the way it is, it's just kind of like if Dillian Whyte goes out there and he beats Tyson Fury, it kind of gives him more confidence, I think, in himself. Like, oh, if Whyte beats him, I know I'll beat him. So in a roundabout way, I think that plays a role in him picking Dillian Whyte too. Just my opinion, though.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.